You already know what the fuck going on. First thing I always like to do when I start every track is take off limiter and turn on this little fucker right here. This thing will take your drums to the next level, like I can't even explain it. Next step is you're gonna want to obviously start with some good drum samples from the beginning, because if you have ass samples, your shit's just not gonna sound good. So these are my drum sound in this track. And this is with everything. So it's a simple track, but it really shows you what you need to do to get your drums to hit harder. So to start with the melodies, what you want to always do is always EQ out the low end. So what this does is it leaves room for your kick and your 808 so they're not clashing in the mix. You want to make sure you're not EQing out your shit like this, but you want to use this preset, and this is actually going to get rid of the frequencies. The other one just kind of makes them a little bit more quieter. It doesn't actually get rid of them. You also want to make sure your melodies are a lot quieter than your drums in the master. So these are my drums right here, and these are my melodies. If you think your shit sounds too quiet, you're just not layering enough sounds to fill out certain frequencies. Because what people don't get is a well mixed track is a loud track. When something is well mixed, it gives you the illusion that overall it's loud. So since I have a good 808 sample, I don't have to really do much to it. All I did was normalize it a little bit to make it a little bit louder, and I boosted the mid frequency so it just has a little bit more of a punch. So I didn't add any EQ, compression, any shit like that to my kick because it didn't need it. It's just a good sample. I just turned it up in here, and I think a little bit on just right here. So if your kick sample is good from the start and you left the room for it in your mix, it should hit hard. It should give the illusion that it's hitting harder. And all together it sounds like this again. So honestly, just take what I just said and try to apply it to your tracks and just kind of mess with it a little bit, because mixes always are going to be different, but if you use that same basic routine, it's going to take your drums to the next level. So here I have another track with a different set of drums. So obviously it's the Antidote instrumental. I just want to remake it because I don't know why. For this track I use a different soft clipper. I use this one, and every time I use this I turn it up 3 dBs and I put this around -8 or -9 every time I put it on. And also in this one, just a little bit of compression. If you listen to Eastbound and Wonder Girl tracks, it's like their kicks are hitting hard, but like they're not loud. I can't explain it. Like they're just so well in the mix, it's like they're hiding. So for the compressor, what that does for me is it kind of, here, let me just play it without and with. Now don't get me wrong, the kick is hitting hard with it off, but with it on, it just kind of cleans it up, I guess. So as far as these drums, I didn't really add anything to any of them, as you can see. Like I said in the beginning, if you have good drum samples from the beginning, it's like it makes the rest a lot easier. And what you want to do with your hats is like always offset your hats or anything, like a percussion loop or anything like that, because it makes it sit nicer on the kick. If I turn this off, it would sound like this. Here's just how the hats and the kick are fighting for room, but if you offset it like this is how it sounds. Now you could really hear the kick, and the hats have their own space in the mix as well. So here's an example of where I'm using like a gritty hi-hat loop that really sounds well with drums, so this is how it sounds. You always want to find hats that really clash well with your kick, that it's not really like they're getting in each other's way, but they're filling each other out in a way. So if I turn the hats off, this is how it would sound. So yeah, obviously there's a clear difference when they're not on. So you always want to keep in mind that your hats are just as important to make your drums sound hard just as the kick is. So that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. And since everyone was asking me, I decided to make my own drum sample pack, because everyone's always asking for what drums I'm using, this and that. So in the description, I actually have a sample pack. It's only $20, and I promise you, if you have this pack, you won't need any other drums. These drums are like the go-to drums, like I promise you. And also, if you do purchase it, you could email me that you did purchase it, and you also get an FLP of your choice from any of my works. You could just let me know which one you want. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.